This video is primarily for Mac users, but anybody and their dog can comment. The reason why I open the comments up like that is because I know the Windows people that will comment on this video, they will comment because they love Windows and not because they hate Mac. Now, this video might run a little long in the tooth because what I'm doing is I'm asking advice on what to do in this type of situation. I have to tell you what type of Mac items I have, so that way you understand which way the questions are going. Now, I became a Mac user in the grand year of 2006. The very first Mac I ever bought was a Mac Mini. I bought it in the month of July. And it was a first generation Mac Mini. Right now, the furthest that Mac Mini can be upgraded to was OS 10 Snow Leopard. I had also, during the course of that fall, bought an iPod Touch. It was a first generation iPod Touch. And then the third item I bought is the MacBook that I'm talking to you on right now. And it was the second generation. And it has been upgraded all the way out to OS 10 Lion. Now this is important, and you'll see why later in the video when I start asking some of the questions. I also had an account with what was called .Mac, which later became Mobile Me. Now I hear and also read on the internet that there's a good chance that this thing called iCloud is going to be out on Wednesday, less than 48 hours from now. iCloud is something that is replacing .Mac and Mobile Me. And I'm going to just take a wild guess and imagine that iOS 5 for the iPod Touch is also going to be out on the same day. Now, my iPod Touch is a first generation iPod Touch. So there's a possibility that iOS 5 might not work with the iPod Touch. So that would be a waste of money, spending money to buy that. But it also is probably going to come with iCloud. In other words, iCloud will be, I'm guessing, to be a free application that'll come with iOS 5. So essentially, I would end up spending money to get iOS 5 and not be able to use iOS 5, but I would be able to use iCloud, and iCloud is what I want to use to begin with. Because what they're advertising with iCloud is that you can do videos and then push them to every device that you have. That sounds like fun. In other words, it's wireless interneting, and you don't have to do any work. The Apple item does work for you. There could be a time in the future when I buy an iPad. I don't have one as yet, but I might buy an iPad in the future. Now all of a sudden, iOS 5 becomes a very big item. Because now I can do a video with the iPad and push it to this computer that I'm doing this video on. The whole thing, the whole reason it's caught my attention is because I'll be able to do a video and then push the video to everything I own and not have to do any work to get it there. Now, when I had .Mac and MobileMe, it cost me $100 per year. I haven't heard anything as of yet about iCloud costing anything. So that's why I'm thinking it's going to kind of probably be running piggyback on iOS 5 or something else that they are charging money for. So now is when the question comes in. Do I spend any money at all to just get iCloud? Or is iCloud just going to be a moot point and not work with anything? Because I already figure that the iPod Touch, being the first generation, is not going to be able to be upgraded because it is first generation. Nor will the Mac Mini. What I do want to do is have fun pushing videos to all my equipment. What I don't want to do is spend money. I do not want to spend money. So, hence the video that I'm doing. And that's when I ask people's advice on it. And like I said, I welcome replies from both Windows and Mac people. I know the Mac people might set me straight on a few things. And I trust that the Windows people will make their statements because they love Windows and not because they hate Mac. Because a lot of Windows items, they are also going to be doing the same thing. That's competition. I just prefer to use a Mac. I do have had Windows computers before. I just don't have anything at the moment. Once again, thank you for allowing me to bore you. And thank you in advance for your answers. Bye.